हरिः कर्ता।
So now uh, I want to know how do we filter specific rows from a database. That's what we are gonna look. So this, sorry, data frame. So this is our data frame, and out of which the marked one, these yellow ones, I want to filter out. How can I do that? To filter out these data frames, what tool I have to use? Again, it's pretty simple. We have to filter out these uh, these rows using indexing, but with a condition. So to select rows based on a conditional expression, use a condition inside the selection bracket. So that's what we are gonna do. So let's get into the action. Yeah, homepage subsection, and so this time uh, what my manager requires as a part of exploratory data analysis is or else I'm doing exploratory data analysis. After that exploratory data analysis, I want to know all the who are all the passengers available which are older than 35 years. So I'm just passengers age is older than 35 years. Okay, so let me do M and 3. So this time it is, so I'll say above 35 years, data frame will get it, and above 35. So what I'm gonna do is I'll take users data frame, and again indexing will use the brackets, square brackets, but inside that I have to mention a condition. So what I'm gonna do is, so from which where I want to apply this filter, that's very important. So I want to apply this filter to age series, to age series. So that's the reason I'm gonna take age series directly. To get the age series, what you have to do, you have to take the users data frame, and then you have to index that using the respective label. So age, correct. So now I have to give a condition which is more than the 35, because that's floating point number, so it's not an issue. And let me execute now. Okay, and our data frame is ready. Let me check above. Yeah, above 35, it's clearly a data frame type object. It's not series because it's a multi-dimensional. Sorry, it's two-dimensional. It consists of both rows and column dimensions. So let me see what we got. And here is that, the complete data. So we have 217 passengers, 217 passengers whose age is more than 35, more than 35. So just to see the top 5, just say head, and you can see only the top 5. You see that? Just a top 5 passengers. And what are their age? 38, 54, 58, 13 and 55. That's fine. And you can do the same filter with even equals to. So let me copy this. I'll say above and 35. So I'll say, sorry, sorry, I'll get, I want to get only 35. So what I'm going to do is equal to, and let me execute that. So I want to see only 35. Yes, we got some. And okay, we will directly got this. So let me check the shape. How many are there? You see that 18 total, 18 uh 18 passengers whose age was 35 when they were in Titanic. Okay, so the condition inside the square brackets, which is users, and then indexing of series, age series, and then equal to 35, checks for which rows the age column has a value equal to 35, and those rows will be filtered out. Those rows will be filtered out as a separate data frame, because we are assigning this complete output to the only 35 data frame. Okay, so now if you don't if you don't use users of, okay, let me check this one directly and paste it here. So let me remove this. I'm not assigning anywhere. Just do this activity directly without any indexing to the main data frame. And here is what you got. You got the Boolean type response, a Boolean type result. So the output of this conditional expression, double equals to. So we have a lot of others, one such as greater than, less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, and not equals to. Everything would work. It's not an issue. So what we got, the response, this is also a pandas series of boolean values, either true type or false type, true type or false type. So with the same number of rows as the original data frame. Here you see how many we got, the 891 in total. So such a series of Boolean values can be used to filter the data frame by putting it in between selection brackets. Only rows for which the value is true will be selected. So that's what is happening actually here. So this, if we do directly to respective, if you apply the condition, okay, if you apply the condition directly to the respective series label, so this is what you get, the Boolean type. D type is Boolean type, false and true. But when you attach this filter to the indexing of the complete data frame, what we get is the filtered true values. So whichever rows has a true value, those only will be shown. Okay, this is what you see, that these are the true values. So we know from the before that the original users data frame consists of 891 rows. So let's have a look at the number of rows which satisfy the condition by just checking the shape attribute. So just only 35 dot shape, just give it and you should get it. It's 1812. Okay, that's how we get the shape. So now let's do more EDA, so more analysis. So this time I want to know the Titanic passengers from specifically cabin class 2 and class 3. So who are who are all traveled in class 2 and class 3. Okay, so for that I need to use a membership parameter, sorry, membership operator this time. So I'll say class 2 3 and users indexing. Inside that again users. Now it's time to apply the conditions to the specific label. So it's a P class, that's the label. Let's see that. Let's copy this directly, the label from here. That would be much easier in spite of typing. Yeah, copy it to here. Yep, and let me apply a condition. So what's the parameter, what's the operator? I'll go with the each in. So you got the each, you got the is monotonic, and is in is the parameter I'm gonna go with. So is in operator. So inside that, so what all? I want to go with the 2 and 3 only. This is 2 and 3, only these two. So I'm going to attach the list of values which are part of P class series. So 2 comma 3. Either you can give space or not. It doesn't particularly matter when it comes to Python. So and let me execute it, and there is an issue. Okay, I did not complete uh, the square bracket. That's it, it's done. So now let me see the type. Obviously it would be a data frame. I want to see what data will get it. It's a class a 2 3 data frame, and let me execute it, and here is that. So you got the users. So total 675 passengers. So 675 passengers have traveled in class 3 and class 2. So that's what class 2 and class 3 is relatively cheaper than class 1. So that's the reason most of the passengers have traveled in class 2 and class 3. This hence proves Pareto 8 by 820 analysis. Okay, so the 20 percentage of 20 percentage of people or 20 percentage of entities will provide the 80 percentage of worth, will provide the 80 percentage of value, will buy 80 percentage of in money. Okay, so that's what had happened here. So maximum will be these people. So then we have, so then that's what. So that's how we filter specifically. So here it's similar to the conditional expression. So we are using the is in method in spite of using the parameter operator. It's is in method. Conditional function returns true for each row. The values are in the provided list. To filter the rows based on such a function, use the conditional function inside the selection brackets, or this is called the main. This is the selection bracket outside. So in this case the condition inside the selection brackets is this, you can see on the screen, and six checks for which rows the P class column is either 2 or 3. So this is equivalent to filtering by rows for which the class is either 2 or 3 and combining the two statements with an vertical bar or operator. Got it? So that's what we are doing here. So next, let's do the same in a different way, that whatever we have discussed earlier. So let's use an R operator and we will do the same thing. So what I'm going to do here is, so I'll take out this and I will use, okay, inside this, for this I'm going to attach the first filter. The first filter is equal double equals to 2, sorry. Yep. And I'll add an R operator, and let me copy this and paste it on right side. So this time I'll put it 3. Rest all remains same. And but before that, let me close this both conditions, condition 1 and condition 2. Yeah, let me execute now, and it's done. Let's, we should get the same class 23, but this time I'm gonna say class 23 v1, class 23v version. Okay, let me execute this first, and class 23v, and execute it. Here it is. By and large, you got the same result. Okay, that's what basically that is in method will do. It will apply an or operator to both the conditions. That's what it will do. Okay, so when combining multiple conditional statements, each condition must be surrounded by parentheses. Moreover, you cannot use or and, but need to use the R operator, that's vertical bar, and AND operator, which is ampersand. You can't use or and correct and directly, those words directly. In spite of that, you can use an ampersand and or operator. So let me do this and let's execute what all. Obviously you should get sorry, okay, v2 class 23 v2. So it's completely empty because there are no passengers who has bought the ticket, who has traveled in class 2 as well as class 3. That's it, pretty simple. Okay, so now let's move ahead. So this time I want to work with passenger data for which age is known. Only age is known. For which age is known. So get the passenger whose age is known. M3. So for that I'll take a data frame name as age and it's NA. So users main data frame, and as usual a conditional condition I have to put. So users, and this time I'm gonna take age series, and what's the condition? It's not NA. It's not NA. That's the method I'm gonna use here. Yeah, see, not NA or not null. you have only two options. This is part of exploratory data analysis. We want to find out what all nulls are there, what are NAs are there in your values of your data frame. Then we can simply use not NA or not null. So here I'm going to go with the not NA, and then open and close parenthesis, and then close the square bracket, or selecting bracket, or selecting or selection brackets. So, and let me execute that. So let me call age no na sex, sorry, no na, and here is the data. So these are the values, these are the passengers whose age is known. By and large, all age is known in this one. Okay, you can see. So most of the people's age is known. So that's what, and that's how we can use. So because of that, we got the NA values. So the not NA method is a conditional method, returns a true for each row the values are not a null value. As such, this can be combined with the selection brackets to filter the data table. It's what we are doing is filtering. Basically, we are doing the filtering. So you might wonder what actually changed, as the first five lines are still same values here in this. So one ways to verify to check is the shape has changed. Of course, by that we'll get the shape every time at the end of the your two-dimensional data frame, this data frame. But if you want to check it specifically, you can check age no na and dot shape and execute it. Here is that 714 passengers age is known, and remaining passengers age is not known, it's unknown. Okay,